cut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
First in the building. NO is on deck. You already know. Good afternoon to you, man. What's good with it? Yes, sir. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. The GOAT has arrived. OG, what's good? What's good with it, man? Salute to everyone that has pulled up. Man, it's never gonna stop this early. I don't care if it's the first week after the thrashing, the onslaught. No. We're talking about 5 years. We're talking about several years of derogatory, defaming criticism, the way they sit up here and ridiculed. You know what I'm saying? The way they drug this man's name through the mud. We ain't done yet. God damn it. Fire emojis. Fire emojis. You know what I'm saying? Fire emojis. You know what I'm saying? I would say hot grease emojis, but that's up to me. Shout out to Kendall. I don't know why y'all coming over here telling me about what somebody else said. Hey, I'm not even gonna hold Kendall like I usually. I'm not even gonna hold you to it. I just don't when somebody else is getting, that much of attention. But man, fuck what that nigga talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing about what's going on with that camp. Nobody was really giving him any type of play before the beatdown. So for him to come up here and talk about somebody's grieving, yeah, he's probably grieving in millions of dollars going on a vacation, which nobody's really worried about. Like he's going on vacation right now. He's chilling. But first of all, I got to give a shout out to the pound for pound number one, Terrence Bud Crawford. Staying on topic. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound number one, Terrence Crawford showed the world and basically stepped on the naysayers. You know what I'm saying? He stepped on the naysayers. I can't say it enough. how much he stepped all over the naysayers. Not just stepped on them barefooted. He stepped on them with a full blown steel toe boot. He stepped on their ass. You know what I'm saying? He stepped on them with a steel toe boot with dog crap on the bottom of it. Goddamn doo doo. He stepped on them with doo doo on the bottom of his freaking boots. You know what I'm saying? It didn't get no more worse than the way he stepped on Spence July 29th. People always look, people now trying to come up with the victimization. I don't want to hear that. Nobody else want to hear that, especially coming from that guy. That guy was the one who was filtering all that negativity out to anyone who would listen. Now all of a sudden he want to be the advocate for bullies. No, this is all about the Terrence Crawford era. This is the Terrence Crawford era, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to hear about no victimization. You was all up in that man's space talking nonsense, man. Just not even giving this man credit for nothing. So you got to sit here while we shove it down your face. You know what I'm saying? We got to sit here. You got to sit here and listen while we shove it down your face. All that legal shit you talking, you're not even an active attorney at the time. So nothing you saying has any legal relevance to the dang hot grease that's coming from this way. No legal relevance at all. You know, this is about Terrence Crawford putting his foot down on Errol Spence, showing the world what we already knew. We already knew who was the best. We already knew. But they wasn't convinced, y'all. They wasn't convinced of who was the best. They wasn't convinced. When we got the official announcement, and it was 60 plus days out, and we was on here talking this talk, and we was hearing all the freaking, pro Spence. I don't know what they were. They can't be fans because I haven't heard too much from them since then. But I'm gonna call them fans anyway. All right. So the pro Spence fans, and they was finding any itty bitty way just to come up with something negative. Negative. And we saying to ourselves, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And boy, did it pass. Whoo, did it pass? God damn. It was almost like you walking down the street and it's not even raining out. And all of a sudden you get struck down by lightning. You'll never be the same. Never the same. You're never gonna be the same. You're never gonna be the same again. Because Bud Crawford put that lightning on him, y'all. Come on, man. We know damn well July 29th will forever go down in history as a near homicide. Yes, people, a near homicide, a legal homicide contractually binding under the promotion of TGB Network, Showtime, or whoever else that wants to be a part of it. This will go down as a near homicide. The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder talked about the Bronze Bomber wanting to catch a body. But what happened when the fighter itself in the first person almost catches a body? Is he still held accountable as if the Bronze Bomber would have caught a body? Would the Bronze Bomber be Deontay Wilder or Deontay Wilder's alter ego? See, I never heard Bud say, that Terrence wanted to catch a body, or Terrence say that Bud wanted to catch a body, or Terrence and Bud say Crawford wanted to catch a body. It was always first person. You know what I'm saying? And then we seen the lights flick on. Everybody start to make their way into the arena. And once the bell rung, palms are sweaty. Ugh. Do y'all remember that? Palms are sweaty, y'all. Did y'all hear that? Palms are sweaty. Were your palms sweaty? Mine wasn't. My palms wasn't sweaty. My brow wasn't even sweaty. My brow wasn't even sweaty. Let me ask you, aerosexual, was your palms sweaty, knees weak? Did your arms get heavy? Like, did you have vomit on your shirt already? I'm not gonna go back through the lyrics, but it just seemed fitting because I know y'all was full of anxiety. Like I told you before, my whole entire purpose is to rub it dead smack in your eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? Because your eyeballs was the one that should be held accountable too. You know why? Because when you was looking at your own actions, the way you was going out here smearing this man around, smearing this man's name around, you knew what you was typing and you knew what you was saying. You looked at other people pretty much do the exact same thing you was doing, and you didn't care anything about it. You just said, "Cool, we all on the same sheet of music. We haters." You know what I'm saying? You pretty much saying we haters, and y'all went about, running a smear campaign, torchlit parade. So I don't care who jumps on here and talking about they're gonna do a 5-hour live like it's gonna change their stupidity. It's not gonna change your stupidity. And furthermore, no one wants to know, about an old washed up, cereal box attorney. You know what I'm saying? You probably dealt with cases that wasn't in real life. You probably was up here pretending while you're watching cartoons and an animated series. You probably was acting like you was an attorney in a courtroom for Tom and Jerry. Now, Tom, you chasing Jerry around. Your Honor, I want to have my opening arguments. I'm representing Tom. I'm representing Tom to address the court on why he's actually chasing Jerry. Jerry is a what you call a tyrant. He was probably doing fake animated virtual, animated freaking courtroom sessions. No one has record of this. So being that you have went through your catalog and try to get away and try to clean up some of the content so people can't go back there and extract it, well, we already have it. We already got the content we use being a straight up hater. So all this victimization and all this, you shouldn't bully. You shouldn't bully because I'll be the first one to do paperwork on you. Because that's what they do, y'all. To anyone and everyone that's new to this game, understand it's a lot of these individuals like myself that grew up from the old school. Like we used to see who we was actually dealing with. These guys, they think just because they have a platform doesn't dictate your everyday life. It doesn't dictate what you've accomplished in life. When they have your eulogy, or you get to that point when you're no longer living or whatever, at your eulogy, they're not going to talk about your YouTube channel. They may grab content off your YouTube channel and put it up there for people to laugh and stuff like that and give you that moment. But that's about it. I mean, you're not going to get any extreme glory. I don't see people getting stupid rich off YouTube. YouTube, the platform itself, is beneficial in its own way. But you have individuals that believe that they have their own real estate. This is not your real estate. It's proven because at any given moment, somebody can basically file complaints. And when we talk about Bud Crawford's, grand rising, bro, the amount of stormy weather that he had to experience to get to the grand rising, the man never let the precipitation get him down, never allow him to second guess was he's the best. He trained too hard to think about losing. Is profound. You know what I'm saying? And look, a lot of us has been on this YouTube shit for quite some time, right? We've heard it all. Just like Shawty Low. You know what I'm saying? He said he done it all. Hey, on here, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. And I think it's my duty to continue to rub this hot grease. Pick up the spoon, put that hot grease on it, and tell you to lean your head back so I can put this Visine in there. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be different, though. It's going to sting a little bit. It's not going to be like the usual eye drops. Real talk. It's not going to be like the usual. But you're going to get the point. You're going to get the point. Real talk. Shout out to the ones in the chat, man. Toby Bartlett on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. We're global, baby. We're global. We're still fish frying. There it is. There it is. We still fish frying. This is the first full week we in off the T-Mobile massacre. Come on, man. We got to keep that energy up. We can't let them think that things have died down after all the months and years they put in to defame this man's character and say that, you know, I want to support the villain. No, 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 not the villain that's out here flipping cars. But we want to talk about the villain that we made. We want him to be the villain. We want to hate on him. We want to call him top rank Toby. Want to call him Kunta. But yet they want to come up here talking about, oh, well, people who out here talking about Spence fans. It ain't no way in hell that you think that someone is targeting Spence fans. Spence fans was targeting Crawford fans. That's the real deal. That's who was ones out here banding together and going in people's chat, trolling the chats. And now we have an individual that's lost and trying to act like he's the freaking advocator. You know what I'm saying? He's the spokesperson. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're just a bald head fool in the room. You know what I'm saying? Waving your right finger. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening. Just because I speak on it don't mean I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? I heard what you said, but that don't mean I'm listening. It's a different. You know what I'm saying? I might have heard it, but I'm not listening. None of that shit you talking about make any sense, you know? Why you need to do a live? You should be over here celebrating with me. You should be able to celebrate with me, dog. Crawford whooped that ass, man. We're not going on here having no advocate meeting. We're talking about celebration time. Chavo. We're talking about the highest of the high, man. We're talking about boxing history. We're talking about who's next. Like Goldberg. We're talking about who's next with a question mark, question mark, question mark. Who's next for this killer? This man almost caught a body. Who's next for this killer? So, somebody tell me. Chase Money, do you know? Salute WCS. Salute to you, Chase. On deck. Carlos Rosado on deck. I see you. N.O. The Mac Mob. B-Mac on deck. Salute to you, brother. The WCS, the hardest working man on YouTube. One love, OG. One love to you, B-Mac. Appreciate you pulling up as always, man. Definitely y'all check out the Mac Mob on deck. Appreciate you, brother. We all know. But then we all know Bud didn't step on Arrow. He lost because he couldn't get his wedgie out prior to the fight, which messed Spence timing up. What wedgie? What wedgie you talking about, Carlos? What are we doing here? What wedgie? Shit. Carl, what's good, man? What's good with you on deck? I see you. I am Cam Edwards. What's good? Breaking news. Terrence Crawford City Parade celebration. Saturday, August 12th, Omaha, Nebraska. Appreciate that, Cam. Omaha Apostles are on deck. Salute to you. Thanks for dropping that info. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of festivities going on out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Omaha, Nebraska natives is going to be on deck to celebrate history for the boxing annals. The king. This is not just an Omaha thing anymore. You're talking about an Omaha. You're talking about an Omaha legend. Global. Like Toby said, global. This is not just encompassed in the Omaha bubble anymore. This is global. It's been global for quite some time, but this is world wide. This is global to the fullest extent, man. This dude's a freaking legend, man. Not just in Omaha, but when he get up out of here, when you're the first to do something, people are really gonna tie it in to when he get out the sport, just like they do a lot of fighters, and they really start to tie everything he's been able to do together. You know what I'm saying? And that is this resume right here. You know, for a long time, people was up here talking about it wasn't what it was, but nobody else could do it so easily. That's all WCS was talking about. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Isn't that what Eric Thomas says all the time? If it was easy, then everybody would do it. Everybody can do it. I pulled up some of the top names in boxing when they first went to a division. Not just this, but when they first went to a division to get all stoppages, and some of them had no, like, considered no name fighters supposedly. You know what I'm saying? They opponents, they still wasn't going in there getting the stoppage. Let's put that up there just in case you all are thinking about partaking in the festivities. When Errol lost all his fans, we were all sad, singing. This is for my homies. I'll see you when I get there in my gangster lane. Oh man, y'all ain't no good, man, with these jokes for real. Martin King Boxer, what's good? What's great, everybody? WCS, salute to you, Ron. How you feeling, bro? Greater thinker, beat the liquor residue out of Spence. He did, man. He did. He beat all that. He sobered him up. You know what I'm saying? He sobered him up. But if you didn't hear, those of you Spence fans that can make it, you know what I'm saying? He having a parade celebration Saturday, August 12th, Omaha, Nebraska, y'all. He's having a celebration. So all you Terrence Crawford, you diehard Terrence Crawford fans, and you know what? I know who you are. You diehard Terrence Crawford fans. How dare you? There's a celebration. If you choose to go to this celebration, there is the date, okay? There is the date for you to venture over into that footprint and celebrate amongst the masses. You know what I'm saying? Get to see the champ in his hometown, no longer pending another undisputed. It is absolutely written, so mo it be. It is now written for the history books. It is a part of his register. It's a part of his boxing ledger. It has been recorded. You know what I'm saying? It is no longer pending, y'all. The send-off that he had, he is returned. The king has returned. Omaha's own is in the record books. Global. So you think we're gonna let off these individuals who was talking all that crazy shit? No, we're not gonna do that, man. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. Nope, not yet. Not yet. We're not gonna do it because there's so much celebration to be had, man. There's so much celebration to be had. So hold on for a second. I got some audio for y'all to listen to. So peep this out. I got to continue to put out the education and the curriculum because it's essential. It is real talk. In my heart of hearts, you know, for my passion to cover MMA, boxing, and other combat sports, I have to remind. This is only a reminder to those voices who was up here just talking, just to be talking, and knowing the fighter that they were supporting was not going to do the walking. Listen to this very carefully, y'all. Y'all know how we get down over here at WCS. Hit the like button, man. Show some love and support. You know how I get down. Let's listen to this guy. You might know his voice, all right? Some of you in the chat might be friends with him. That is not my problem. I don't get mad when other people that I see on other people's panels in my chat. That don't bother me, bro. That don't bother me. But hopefully, when I start to put out some of this content, this doesn't bother you either. Let's take it back. Let's go back and listen to this.
Not close, and it's not because of the all access, and this is content that's up on the channel before the all access even happened.
This was knocked down 68 iPad talking about it wasn't going to be close after someone asked him a question about the July 29th fight. You know what I'm saying? Look. I'm going to clean it up. Don't jump to conclusions because I know he's listening. This was a question that was proposed on who's the better. Who was the better? This one, Blood stabbed me in the back. He sneak dissed me, right? So he wanted to have this guy on his panel and ask who was the better coach. You know what I'm saying? Who would you consider the better coach? You know what I'm saying? Bo Mack or Derrick James? And you can listen to the answer that Knockdown gave, okay? This is legitimate shit. Knockdown can't be mad at his own words. He's in charge of himself. This is a two-slice piece of pie right here. I'm talking my shit. I get stabbed in the back by somebody who I thought respected me as much as I respect, but it wasn't. Okay, cool. But he had to get slapped in the face with a goddamn strawberry cream pie too. Because at the last minute, he wanted to play both sides and do some hoe ass shit. But listen to it.
So I ain't saying no new shit for people that didn't heard it. It's clearly Derrick James. Look, man, Bo Mack is to the point where I don't hear good instructions from him, bro. Like you go watch shit, watch him in the corner with Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford fighting. You hear shit like, let's get more competitive. Let's find your rhythm. You gotta fight this motherfucker. You're losing. Shit like that. You don't hear specific instructions on what you need to do in order to get the job done. You even go to when Maurice Hooker was fighting against Blair Cobbs in his most recent fight. Terrence Crawford had, and I don't care what nobody tell me, your fighter should not be comfortable enough to where this motherfucker got up and he overruled Bo Mack and he started giving Maurice Hooker instructions, bro. There's no respect there anymore. Like he feel like he know more than everybody. Bo Mack can't teach him shit. When you look at Derrick James and you go look at the instructions he was giving Jamel Charlo and Bo Castano fights, you listen to what he was telling Frank Martin over the weekend. You listen to what he tells Errol Spence. This dude is more of a teacher. I feel like his fighters respect him more, and there is a reason. Motherfucker like Ryan Garcia, if Ryan Garcia call you, every motherfucker gonna answer the call because they want that bag, because trainers get a percentage of the bag. Ryan, there's a reason he calling Derrick James and not Bo Mack. Anthony Joshua, say what you want about him, all the Deontay Wilder fans, whatever, bro. Say what you want about AJ. Everybody that rock with Fury, say what you want about AJ. But one thing you gonna do if you a trainer, if AJ call your ass, bro, you trying to get a piece of that percentage because you get more money by training bigger names and shit. Anthony Joshua ain't calling Bo Mack, bro. He ain't going to B&B. All them dudes is going over to Derrick James. And there's something to be said about your fucking trainer being able to do shit with you, bro. Being able to hit the mitts with you. Being able to maybe do some of the shit to motivate you and shit. Maybe he can run a little bit with you. Maybe he can do certain things that can motivate you. And Derrick James can do those things. Bo Mack can't do none of that shit, bro.
Too fucking slow for you. Alright? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, alright? You don't have nothing left. You keep me to stay on the inside. Catch and counter.
In no way, shape, or form am I trying to promote any type of resistance for some of these people who is well deserving in the DKSAB. 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 That moment right there, that knockdown. I tried so many times to figure out if you know shit about boxing. And when you just wanted to parlay and participate, I said, God damn it, I already knew he was a follower. But for you to put your head into the guillotine manually, while you had your hand on the damn rope and you yanked that motherfucker down, that goddamn blade came down, zing! You cut your own head off. People, I cannot ever in a day make this shit up now. I told you the hot grease wasn't going to stop, didn't I? It's just the mere fact that people want to participate in bullshit and do beta male type shit and want to goddamn switch up and try to damn, finger point and poke the bear. Cool. None of what Knockdown said was even remotely relevant. Forget the truth. It wasn't even relevant because he don't go to fights, first of all. He never even seen a fighter in person to even gauge. He never been to a Crawford fight. He never seen Bomac in action. I have. You said that Bomac couldn't coach. You said Derrick James was a much better coach. That's what you said, brother. You put it out there that Derrick James can give better instructions and all that. Did you not hear what went down at the press conference? Did you not hear? Huh? This is not the single out knockdown. This is just a single out knockdown. That's all. This is not to single him out. It's just to single him out for his own words. I'm not singling him out. I'm taking information that he put out to the public and thought it was good. It gets even better now. It gets even better because, for one, he was saying that Derrick James, after WCS was telling you all that Derrick James was incapable, he was incompetent. He could not match coaching the coaching with Bomac. He could not outthink. Those my words. I said he could not outthink Crawford while he was in the ring, because you got to talk about boxing IQ. Both Bomac's boxing IQ and Bud's boxing IQ. When it came down to Knockdown saying that, I'm not gonna lie, I sat back and I just chuckled. I guess that's the way chuckling sound. I giggle. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the way giggling sound. But I said, here it is. Once again, this is too freaking easy. I said, this dude is telling a panel of other incompetent individuals that Derrick James is the better teacher, and he doesn't even have proof that Derrick James is the better teacher. All he's going off of is that you have two athletes that's unified champion. That's all you going off of. You never had this moment before. You couldn't picture this moment on the way it went down, on how Bomac pretty much put it out there. Let me remind people right quick, because this has to be reminded, okay? Y'all hold on for a second. Let me remind you of how epic, how stupid listening to these people talk, that it's not even close. This was knockdown words. It wasn't even close, because the person who asked him the question felt like they was trying to prove a point too. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to prove a point too. They was up here saying, oh, let me ask somebody that I know WCS don't agree with, and he's going to give me what I consider to be the truth. So this is a two heads to the slaughter. Once again, this is blood boxing, retro boxing, and documentaries. And this is because you're the one that was instigating the shit. And this is knockdown. Okay. And please don't submit no anonymous freaking complaint on me, because I know you love typing. But check this out though. I want you all to listen to these words, because it's raw, man. It's raw. So hold on for a second.
Okay, I'm gonna get the picture.
Look, they call me names.
Yeah.
He eat too many Big Macs.
Tell him, bro.
Yeah.
Tell him, bro.
Okay. They hit have a fucking round.
Okay.
He didn't even touch bud.
Tell him.
What? I'm talking about that knowledge. And he
Right.
listen to his corner.
You got it. I give respect. I give respect. I give respect. Respect.
Do you feel like Derek should have stopped the fight?
He should have never signed the contract.
Knock down, knock down, knock down. You have to know that you're human, right? I do take in consideration that me and you are both imperfect individuals. We happen to have separate locations on this YouTube social media platform. But right now, as I do a Google, a eye view, like when you do a Google search and you do a Google view of a local area, right now for where you're residing at right now, it just looks like a crater. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a crater right now. Like you just blew yourself, you imploded because you said the dumbest shit amongst other dumb shit. You were saying that Bomac does not give proper instructions, and that's where I say that you never really gave the man the time of day to pay close attention. You never scrutinized his expertise and professionalism at the level he's been at. When you made those comments, you didn't take a look at where they've been before. You know what I'm saying? If you look at my thumbnail, right? Y'all take a look at my thumbnail and you will find out that there's something missing. See, there's a message to everything I do. You will find that it is something missing, y'all. Just like the knowledge of Knockdown 68 TV is something missing. When he made that comment, he tried to exclude where they've already been. Bomac had to remind them of his knowledge, y'all. He had to remind them. When I was listening to these panels talk, and I'm hearing people so easily, I couldn't have had nobody on my panel, and I'm just trying to listen to them talk some bullshit off of Maurice Hooker fight. You have to take a look at his resume and where they've been. Who's missing on this thumbnail? Come on, man. Come on, man. Should I've went deeper? They tried to exclude like this man ain't been undisputed before. I have everybody up there only in the welterweight, but I did not put the first time Bud Crawford became undisputed. That is exactly what Knockdown attempted to leave behind, erase, omit, a sponge. He wanted to push that shit up under the darkest crevice, y'all. He didn't want to acknowledge that Bomac had already been there. He told Derrick James, he told the man, no more hiding. He told him no more hiding, y'all. Look, Bomac said no more hiding. You getting these awards, you having people thinking that you this coach, no more hiding for you because you haven't been up against me or my staff. And here you have Knockdown 68 iPod up here talking about it's not even close, y'all. Was this fight even close? Seriously, was this fight even close? Can anybody tell me, was the fight even close? Am I wrong in reminding this dude on how he just go up here and run his mouth with all his cronies, all the other strays that was listening, and then correct him? You didn't correct him, bro. You knew it was bullshit, but you didn't correct the guy. You didn't correct him. Let me check you on to something else that's profound. Please hit the like button. This is very much mandatory. I need to give a shout out to all call outs are mandatory. Yes, this is mandatory. This is absolutely mandatory. Seriously, that I remind you all how profound it is in which Bomac said what he said. Hold on for a second. Let me bring up the next video. And please hit the like button because this is hot grease. And hot grease is not going anywhere just because we've already heard it. We've already seen it play out. No, we need to talk about the preempted strikes that was going on prior to July 29th, on how these people just sat up here and ran their fucking mouth, talking bullshit, talking about it wasn't even close between Derrick James and Bomac. Nigga, you owe every Terrence Crawford fan an apology, bro. For you, how dare you get up here and say some dumb shit like that? It's, you know what, as another content creator, right? And as a prior veteran that knocked down, I started to pull rank on you. You know what I'm saying? If you was in uniform, you'd be saluting me, knockdown. And then especially if we were somewhere in the same unit or somewhere close that I seen you in past, I would have stopped you. I would have said, listen, come here, man. I started to get write you up for NJP for conduct unbecoming. But I'm not trying to ruin your military career, brother. I was listening to the shit you said on YouTube, and I was asking some of my colleagues. I said, can we charge him come Monday? Can we charge him with conduct unbecoming? Because the shit he said, that is conduct unbecoming. It makes all us look bad. They say, nah, man, spare him. Spare him. You don't have to, White. You don't have to. He didn't know no better. He didn't know no better. He up there talking about Bomac and Derrick James wasn't even close. He didn't know no better. He just used to getting up there talking shit because he don't like Crawford. Look at that resume. I didn't even put Julius Ndongo up there. I was thinking about putting Julius Ndongo up there across the right side of Crawford holding those belts to remind them this man has been there already. You know what I'm saying? But they tried to pretty much forget that Bomac has already coached his soldier up to undisputed. Bomac let it be known that, listen, I've been here before. You haven't went up against me nor my staff. Nor my staff. Myself nor my staff, man. That's the most classic OG drop the mic shit you can ever hear in boxing that totally exposed Derrick James to the fullest. We're going to talk about hot grease. That shit right there was JP. That was jet fuel. You know what I'm saying? That was freaking accelerant. That shit was some type of shit that's ignite that arsonists wouldn't even touch because they don't think they can goddamn create space quick enough before that shit go up in flames. The shit he told Derrick James, I swear to God, that shit was epic. Epic, epic, epic. Real talk. Epic, epic, epic. So y'all hold on. I'm trying to look for this video. I know I had it in here. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I have so many videos up here. So many receipts. Just hold tight right quick. Hit the like button if you're in the building. I just happen to, I have to continue to swing the shovel. I do. I have to swing the shovel. For real. Because when they was out here just talking and talking and talking that dumb shit, I was saying, what are they saying? How can you get Derrick James this credit? How do you give him this credit like this? What are you saying exactly? I don't get it. What did you get this at? Let me play this video again so we can kind of get clarification as to not even close. Now, the fight wasn't even close. I think if I'm trying to speak for knockdown, he meant the fight wasn't even close. He might, I don't like talking for other grown men because I consider him to be adult age appropriate. He's like 40 something going on 50 years old. Old ass nigga. But take a look at this again.
Fucking slow for you. All right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside. Catch and counter.
People, I cannot make this up. But I need to let y'all hear something that will go down in the history books as one of my number one favorite OG savage moments of boxing history. Go down as my number one OG favorite. Hold on. Hold on, we're getting there. It's so much. It's so much, man. I can't, a Pharaoh, a stray must have came in here and then lifted that freaking. Hold on. I know for a fact. Where is it?
Derek didn't prepare me for this moment. My mother and father prepared me for this moment. You know, they instilled, you know.
Let me go over here right quick. Hold on for a second. I know this is where you at. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave it. I will have to get back to it. Anyway, let's go to the next step of clarity and understanding. Because that was extremely epic, to be honest with you. Because Bomac pretty much told Derrick James that there's no more hiding. Bomac was speaking to another compeer that was pretty much doing the same job or had the same responsibility. Both of these guys were professional fighters who was training two fighters on the pound for pound list, two champions. You know what I'm saying? Both of them was considered to be on call for the same accountability. Who had the better fighter? Who was going to perform the best under the bright lights? Who had the better strategy? Who? And we heard Derrick James pretty much put it out there that he wanted to devalue Bomac's accomplishments by saying you had three other people help you out. Not knowing that you have people like myself and others that's listening and saying, isn't that what a team consists of? A team consists of more than one. A group consists of more than one person. You don't look at one person and say he's a group. But Derrick James, his primary focus was to say that this man needs to be a part of a super heavyweight division, or you ain't missed a meal. He wasn't focused. We're talking about knockdown, pretty much saying it ain't close. You're right. You're right. You was dead ass wrong, but you was dead ass right too. because him not being focused, you saying that it wasn't even close. You was absolutely right. Derrick James wasn't even nowhere in the grid square, in the area codes of Bomac leading up to this fight. He wasn't nowhere close, bro. You was right. You just was so blinded that you couldn't even bring it to say, you know what? I haven't really did my research. I'm just up here talking shit on my own panel. I mean, on somebody else's panel that's trying to hate too. You sabotaged yourself. You didn't even give credit to what he's been able to accomplish. You look at the resume and you basically shitted on Crawford's resume plenty of times before. Every time the question was arose during any type of debate, the same language, the same verbiage, the same pouting and whining and puling and queefing. You know what I'm saying? Over and over again, man. The same baby type shit was brought up that Crawford ain't fought nobody. But what Bomac proved to many, to include yourself, is that what you said was never true. Bomac said, I've been here already. Bomac said, I've been here already. Sit back and watch. He told Derrick James to sit back and watch, man. What? He told another coach that had champions in his stable, sit back and watch me work. Pretty much. Sit back and watch me work. So what we dealing with right now? You remember this right here? This is what Bomac was dealing with. Bomac was pretty much telling Knockdown 68, iPad, and everybody else, I'm going to put on a show, watch. He was pretty much telling Derrick James, you sit back and watch. You pay attention. I'm going to teach you something. You're too stupid to want to show respect. You got too much of an ego. I'm going to show you. I tried to show you through my body of work, but y'all don't want to appreciate my fighter's body of work. You don't care about my fighter's body of work. All you want to do is keep on talking about slave names, Kunta, top ranked Toby, moving in bad faith, negotiating in bad faith, moving funny. You know what I'm saying? How he pissed off Al Heyman. Al Heyman to never do business with him. He got up and walked over to BLK Prime. He had something wrong with his gloves. You know what I'm saying? He the one stalled the fight out. But Crawford's older though. Did y'all ever think about that? Crawford said, I'm going to put on a show. Did he not? Knock down? I'm talking to you because you're the biggest light-skinned trash talker. You know what I'm saying? That's why he called a light-skinned bitch over to him. Hey, come here for a second, man. You want to attempt to antagonize and dip your hand in some hot grease? Come on over here. Yeah, we're going to do that right before the fight. So you got to get this, right? You got to get this work. Terrence Crawford, we know who number one. We know who number one is. See, I wouldn't even did this live if y'all didn't try to come with me before the fight happened. If you just would have staged your course, talk your shit and did whatever, cool. But you didn't want to do that. You felt it would be easy to join in on the parade. You know what I'm saying? And let a fuck nigga goddamn walk you into this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But let me let you listen to something else, people.
Go to that corner knockout, and it's something that need to be implemented as far as, okay, try this punch, rip to his body, do this, what we've been working on. He's going to be talking to Esau. He ain't going to be talking to Bomac.
So why wasn't he talking to Esau during the Sean Porter fight, bro?
I'm saying, bro, y'all forgot it's more than one coach over there. It's a three-headed monster.
No problem. If he's in a tough moment, if he's in a tough fight, and he's going to look to Esau, why wasn't Esau the one talking when he was fighting Sean Porter, bro?
Well, when Bomac said, "Yo, Bud, let's step it up," what did Bud do? He went in there and knocked Sean Porter.
Stepped it up, but that's not my question. That's not my question whether or not he stepped it up against Sean Porter. The homie Kush just told me when he need an adjustment, when he needs some good advice in the corner, he gonna be listening to Esau. So my question is, if
he don't want to listen, y'all. What was Derrick James' instructions to Errol Spence? You got to pick it up. You got to get in close. You got to make him feel it. What kind of instructions was that? You got to make him feel it. What are we talking about? Are we talking about a massage? You got to do deep tissue. Yeah, deep tissue. You got to make him feel it. You got to throw deep tissue punches. You got to make him feel it, y'all. Well, what was he talking about? I have to hold this nigga accountable, y'all. I have to give him the hot grease, man, along with retro boxing too, because you was the instigator. You freaking you came at me for no reason, man. When you know boxing, But regardless of how much boxing you know, my brother, when you come out with the bitch assness, that just basically overlook everything that people know you to be, bro. When you go out here and do some diva prima donna shit like this and have a nigga come on your panel, which people respect your panel, or they did, and you have somebody come over here just to say, okay, I want to be antagonistic. I want to talk supposedly boxing. I want to ask the motherfucker to just talk out his face. Who's the better coach? Because WCS was telling, look, this is how it all played out. WCS was basically putting it out to my listeners that Derrick James was incapable out coaching Bomac. He is incapable. He's not him. He's not educated enough. He hasn't done what people would consider him to do in his boxing career as a trainer. He hasn't did the necessary research. He doesn't do film study. He doesn't take the necessary steps behind the scene for people to look at him as a boxing genius. You know what I'm saying? A polymath. You know, somebody who is a man of many trades and a master of them all. You know what I'm saying? They consider him to be a man of some and a master of none. You know what I'm saying? A master of none. So I was putting that out to my listeners. I was telling them it's impossible for him to outcoach Bomac. Have you heard Bomac give commentary? No, I guess they haven't. Just hearing somebody put that out there that it's not even close is one of the top 3 dumbest shit that I've ever heard on the YTC. Coming from somebody who claimed they know boxing. Top 3, one of the dumbest from somebody who claimed to know boxing. Not even close, y'all. And Bomac went out there and he was giving instructions. It wasn't even Esau at the point in time. Bomac was giving instructions. Terrence was going out there carrying out, executing instructions. Who the fuck told you you know boxing, bro? Who told you that, man? Who told this dude that, man? Come on, man. Who? That's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy, man. I can't make that. It just makes you, you know what I'm saying? It just makes you wonder. Let me let you listen to this too. Here go another one. So this is, shout out to Zone 6, man. This is the aftermath of Zone 6 absolutely desecrating them in the debate. The brother knows his boxing knowledge. I don't know him. From what I understand, he's down here in GA in the grid square. So shout out to Zone 6, but this is in the aftermath of him absolutely decimating, just like Bud Crawford did, decimating the debate. Listen to this shit.
y'all get your last word, homie.
Yeah, you got it, man. I was gonna say good debate though. Actually, man, you all right, man. You just, I mean, you know, you calm the fuck down, you be better. But you
trash, bro.
Yeah, you trash. You trash. Dude, you trash. And you got.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I lost, bro.
All right, look, check this out, man. So look, all right.
No, you trash. Knockdown, you trash. You trash because you just sit up there and listen to yourself talk and say the same shit. You trash. The man was trying to give you your flowers and tell you as hey, you should calm the fuck down and listen more and be more patient. And you're gonna say the man trash because you don't respect him. Just like you shitted on Omaha and said there's a lot of dusty, dirty people over there. That's what you did as a person. When nigga, you walk down the street looking like a hobo. You trash when it comes to this boxing shit. That's real talk. That's nothing we making up. You said it wasn't even close between Bo Mack and freaking Derrick James. It wasn't even close. And you used Maurice Hooker as an example. And then when you was trying to explain you're making your point that here are the fights that Derrick James has excelled in, you couldn't even tell us what he actually said to validate your point. You just said, he's saying, and Darren Crawford overridden him and talking, giving his own instructions to Maurice Hooker, and there's no respect there. Well, goddamn it, I got a question to ask you. Was it respect on July 29th, nigga? Was it respect on July 29th? You try to sit up there and think you was going to cut slices out of this motherfucker. Was it respect on July 29th? Somebody tell me, what did we witness? Huh? Was it respect on July 29th? Can somebody tell me, was it respect, bro? Was it respect? This man tried to put it out there that it was no respect. Let me show you what no respect is there, knockdown. All right. Let me show you what respect is. Let me let you listen to something.
I don't know if you ever heard of the group called Bon Jovi. You ever heard of that group? I heard of them. I don't listen to their shit though. Well, they got a song. It's called "Living on a Prayer." That's what the hell we all been doing for the last 2 years. Bro. Listen, bro, like now you real shit.
You was living on a prayer, big time. You was absolutely living on prayer. That's some real shit. Shout out to Cal Boxing Section. You was living on a prayer, nigga. Let me help you understand something. When you seen that fight, when you finally seen, Bud Crawford, after all the talk that you've been a part of, all the debate trash series that I was critiquing, all the people that was robbed over there, you know what I'm saying? All the people y'all robbed. It did not accomplish anything to prepare the haters for what took place July 29th. When you seen Bud come out in for his ring walk, and he's goddamn holding in the tunnel, and he's up there next to a hip hop legend, right? And not to highlight pretty much him, but when you seen him with a net that had a C-clamp hooked onto his outfit, somebody took enough time to put a fishing net on this goddamn Omaha fisherman. They put a goddamn C-clamp and they put a net on this Omaha fisherman, dog, because y'all was going around talking about he's the big fish. He's the big fish. Smoking a Bud pack. He gonna get smoked. Bud too small. Y'all was laughing y'all ass off. But what did you feel inside when that Omaha fisherman came up there with a fisherman net? And it was hooked on C-clamp to his dang outfit, his ring attire, his battle garb, whatever you want to call it. And he started the ring walking that bitch. And things got a lot serious. Everything you said about him and his team was coming to reality, nigga. You knew it. And every other hater that you was up there supporting and allowing to be in your company is talking that bullshit. All y'all palms was motherfucking sweaty. Your palms was motherfucking sweaty. He walked to the ring after winning the coin toss and got his name announced, and history started to reveal itself, nigga. He put the motherfucking hands on this dude. And you want to talk about close? Close? You want to talk about close? He made Errol look like an amateur, man. He made him look like an amateur. He made Errol Spence Jr. The big fish put his dick in the dirt. The truth. Man down. All those hashtags. He made that man look like he was an amateur. Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence so bad that he took him back and reminded us in 2023 as to why he couldn't even freaking medal in the Olympics. The first fight he lost, and they said, oh, he was doing a lot of holding, and then they gave him a second shot. He said, oh, I lost my mojo. Terrence Crawford pulled that shit out of him. Terrence pulled that that past shit out of there. That was them demons that was sitting in him. You know, that was the question mark that Errol had. He couldn't make it to a medal round. He couldn't do it. Terrence beat that out of him, bro. It was just like looking at the movie Ghost when they do them special effects and the ghost came out of him, and you can see the motherfucker. He beat those Olympic demons out of Errol Spence and showed him he really wasn't who he thought he was. And pretty much when it come down to skill set, he was pretty much that Olympian that did not qualify for the medal rounds. Real talk. You heard it from WCS. Terrence Crawford beat the amateur out of Errol Spence on July 29th. He made him go back and revisit that shit like Ghost. He brought all the demons out his ass and said, you was never, regardless of what these people was talking about, you was never on the level. TGB had the best matchmaking ever. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. They had the best matchmaking ever, y'all. The best matchmaking ever. They had the best matchmaking ever. Serious. They had the best matchmaking ever on manufacturing a champion. And shout out to Bud Crawford for understanding what he was blessed with. Through all the criticism, he still maintained his professionalism. You feel me? Because to him, it was all about greatness. It's always been about greatness. For Spence, I don't know what it was about. The bag? I don't know what it was about. Because you couldn't have had some people talking about you for 5 years on how bad of a man you was, on how much power you had, and how you was goddamn going and stopping people. I told you, whoever she was, I told you, number one, the same shit happened on Knockout Panel. Hey, I don't care if you get upset. Long as I'm not mentioning your name, but you know who you are, you already know you guilty. Hearing someone have a problem with understanding the TKO shit, you know, matter of fact, let me go back to this. Let me go back to another person that's a part. Let me go back to this. Hold up. Where is that? Let me go back to this audio right quick. Hold on for a second. Where you at? 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 Okay. I played this before. I didn't play all of it. Okay. Let me replay it again.
And we haven't really seen EJ hurt like that. We haven't seen it.
I'm gonna say this, Dub. I'm gonna say this, Dub. Right?
Did you call me Bud? Did you just call me Bud?
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about Bud, because John Norrie, he asked the question, why do you think Bud is the favorite, right? You know, and I was about to say this before he even dropped that question, because if you listen to a lot of the quote, they call them experts, right? If you listen to the media, a lot of the ex-fighters, a lot of the current fighters, they picking Bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bud is an overwhelming favorite if you just go around and just, ask people in the boxing world, right? And why is that? Not an overwhelming favorite. People like to go, oh, well, man, it's a close 50-50 fight, but I got Bud. Majority of the people saying that. Why is that? Well, the reason that is because with Terrence Crawford, especially when he was over there on ESPN, you see the Mike Tyson effect, the Fernando Vargas effect.
the Zab Judah effect, right? All of those were good fighters, real good fighters. They was destroying the competition that they was fighting. All of them were destroying the competition that they was fighting. But what happened, Dub Right Side, when they moved up and they started fighting other A-level competition?
They started getting fucked up.
They started losing. Right?
They started getting fucked up. Thanks.
Same thing that we're seeing with Terrence Bud Crawford. It's the Mike Tyson, Fernando Vargas, Zab Judah, and like I said, I'm not shitting on those fighters because they all were very, very good fighters, right? But when they stepped up, they started losing. When they stepped up against other A-level competition, they started losing. Like, we saw flaws in all of those fighters, but we just didn't really dig into those flaws and really want to pay attention to those flaws because what they was doing, they was exciting and they was knocking motherfuckers out. So we tend to overlook things, but we just didn't really dig into those flaws and really want to pay attention to those flaws because what they was doing, they was exciting and they was knocking motherfuckers out. So we tend to overlook things. I've been seeing these flaws that Crawford has for a long time. And I've always said, once he steps up and he fights another A-level fighter that's in their prime, not old, about to retire out of the sport, all of those things are going to get exploited and it's going to get ugly. We've seen this.
Don't know shit
Boxing too many times.
About boxing.
I've seen this in the sport of boxing too many times, right? And I think that we're going to see it on July the 29th. Because, for one, Bud Crawford, his chin is suspect. He gets hit a lot. One of the biggest things that he has a problem with, he's defending against the jab. Errol Spence has the best jab in the division. Also, like I said, when he get hit, he want to fight you. Well, Errol Spence, he like to fight. He laugh at that type of shit. Once it become a dog fight, Errol Spence, like, he really get off on that. He love that type of shit. And to get in a fight with somebody that's very durable, like Errol Spence, that's built tough like that, and you ain't really built tough like that, yeah, you got the dog in you like that, but that don't mean nothing for your chin.
Well, you seen the fight that ETB. Do you still feel the same?
You know, and I'm going to just leave it at that.
What they said about EJ, they said one thing EJ done figured out in the sport is motherfuckers don't like to fight. And EJ will push your ass and make you fight. Once he starts making you fight, you know what I'm saying, you fall right into his wheelhouse because that's what he does. And so, facts. So, I mean, it is what it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think another thing is that, you know, you can be conditioned. And like you said, fighters don't like to fight. It's not just that they don't like to fight, bro. It's that you only fight at the pace that you practice at, that you spar at, that you train at. So fighters are conditioned for what they put themselves through. Now, if you condition yourself for throwing 90 to 100 punches per round and they all got some thump on them, then that's what you're going to be prepared to take yourself to and endure in a fight. Now, if you like to slow the pace and you train at that pace and you spar at that pace because people are not pressing you because of your power, then you get in there with a guy that don't give a damn about that and is going to press you and make you, you know, expend way more energy than you ever had. Now, that's what people don't realize when they say, oh, EJ Basic, he's basically relentless. And that's something that made me go from picking Bud to picking Spence, because when you look at the...
We need an apology. A lot of you all was jumping ship blindly. Did you, like, back when we was a kid, and some of y'all jumped into the water and you held your nose all the way until you jumped in the water. You know what I'm saying? That was one of those moments how y'all absolutely abandoned greatness. You abandoned greatness, bro.
Film. This guy's gonna make you speed it up. And it's not that guys don't like to fight, it's that guys don't like to fight when they can't think about what they're trying to do. And when you can't think about what you're trying to do, you being a superior this, the superior that, it doesn't really come into play when you don't have time to work in chaos. See, people can work in comfortability, but in chaos, it's a different story.
Yes, they talk about the testament of a man is what he does in challenge and controversy, not in comfort and convenience. I get it. I've been living a little bit. I've been around for a little bit, but you have to understand one thing, that Terrence Crawford was in challenge and controversy before he stepped in the ring. He was in challenge and controversy, listening to everybody doubt what his capabilities was and how driven he was, how motivated he was as a fighter. He was used to it. He was used to being counted short, the underdog. Did you not hear him? Did you not hear it in his voice? You know what I'm saying? Relentless. The only person that wasn't prepared out of the fighters was, of course, Errol Spence. Everything that people were saying, you have to sit up here and not only digest it, but you have to digest the salt tablets that goes along with it. Absence of any chaser. You have to handle this shit dry, parched, on an empty stomach. That's how brutal. That's how wrong you were. That shit is brutal. Brutal.
So that's something that a lot of people don't realize, and that southpaw shit don't mean nothing when you switch to southpaw against southpaw. It's like,
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. What are we doing? What are we doing? He said the southpaw don't mean shit when you're switching against another southpaw. Well, goddamn it, bud. I guess you sat up there and told him that it's different pages in the chapter that they haven't goddamn read. I guess Bud has once again exposed a coach like Derrick James that don't do film study, because he just said southpaw don't mean shit when you going in there with another southpaw. Oh my God. Oh my googly God.
orthodox against an orthodox fighter. Now we're gonna see who got the better jab. And so that angle don't do shit to a southpaw. It's just like if you fighting, you mirroring yourself. So we're gonna see who got the better jab when you get in there. And if when I started looking at the film, I see Errol Spence throws more crisp, straight shots. See, Bud is a lot more loopy. Bud is kind of he's a dynamic, but he also got a street fighter aspect to him, where he'll throw a looping hook, a overhand type hook, you know what I mean, punches from the waist. So those things are so dynamic. Those things are hard to prepare for as well. But if you're talking about fundamentals and somebody that, you know, is ready for it and pushes the pace to what they want to, and somebody that's always sliding to the position they want you to be in, they may not have the same feet. It may not be as pretty, but they're always in position to stop. It's different. Mental pressure and physical pressure causes a different type of fatigue than what most people spar at. And I think
you got that right, homie. Mental and physical fatigue is different. And God damn it, July 29th, we seen the mental fatigue. God damn, shawty. You got that right. We seen the physical fatigue. Oh my Lord. Did we see the mental and physical fatigue? You ain't never lied, man. God damn it, did we see the physical fatigue? You know what I'm saying? Did we not see the ramen noodle legs? Huh? Did he eat a goddamn cup of ramen noodles because his legs was soft and heavy? Palm sweaty, dog.
that's just why Errol Spence has a up on people, man. I think that's really one of the reasons. That pace, man, it's just so tough when it's body head. It's just different. It's just a methodical beatdown. And it may not be as pretty as I catch you in between the shot and I put you out, but it gets the job done. And I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think people look too much in the flash over fundamentals. And
They look at the flash over fundamentals, huh? They look at the flash. Who was flashing? Who was flashing? Because God damn it, when Crawford earned them knockdowns, it wasn't no flash night. It wasn't no Sean Porter, Errol Spence in the 11th round when they fall. Hell to the no. Man, Crawford, whatever film y'all was looking at, thinking when he flipped on that switch, the crazy part about it is that Errol Spence wasn't even good enough to take him to an Igis Kavalauskas moment. EJ wasn't even good enough to have him flip on the kill switch and take it to the schoolyard. He wasn't even good enough. TC was over there saying, man, he's slow. You know what I'm saying? Bo Mack has said, hey, he's slow, man. Whenever you get time, counter over that jab. Whenever you get time, it's up to you. Whenever you get time, just count over that jab. He's slow as shit. Let's listen to this one more time and get back to the audio.
Fucking slow for you. All right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You can stay on the inside. Catch and counter.
It's time to turn that jab into a hook. It's time to turn that jab into a hook. It's time to catch and counter. It's time to turn that jab into a hook. And knock down up here talking about it's not even close. Now I love giving people the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take it as if you had too many glasses of wine sitting next to you. You might have been a little bit inebriated. I'm going to give you an excuse. I'm going to help provide you an out, because the instructions that Bo Mack was given through 9 rounds, oh my God, dog. Come on, bro. Come on, man. And then to see TC carrying him out the way he did was absolutely superb.
And that's where I used to make the mistake at. But once I started studying the film too much, Key, Spence gonna win this. And I think the only reason why he's the underdog is because of the 17-month layoff with Ugas, and he's been out the ring for a year waiting on this fight. While Bud got one in, so you only as good as your last fight. They saw Bud knock out this Abenesian guy. He seemed to be more active than Spence. He got one in, and Spence had the eye injury. Spence had the accident, so people still are harping on those two things in Vegas. So I do believe that's the reason why Errol Spence is the underdog. But if I had to bet, my money on Spence.
Those fighters, they ain't sparring 18 rounds. You know what I'm talking about? They not getting in the ring sparring 18 fucking rounds.
Well, ETB, what if they only sparred 9? 9 is half of 18, isn't it? 9 times 2 is 18. 9 subtract 18 is 9. So maybe Bud Crawford was sparring 9 rounds. I don't know. But whoever, Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, Snoopy, Pink Panther, Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, maybe they were the one that told you that Errol was sparring 18 rounds. Because God damn it, if he was sparring 18 rounds, ETB, why was the man running the heels damn near fight week? Why? If he had all that cardio and he was sparring 18 rounds, somebody lied to your face. Why did y'all do that to yourselves? Out here putting word out, he sparred 18 rounds and he's going to come in here. He was still out running. He was still out here trying to get in shape and cut that weight prior to stepping in the ring. He was still out here, bro. So what is this 18 round stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? What is this 18 round type of conversation? Seriously, but we all know that the fight did go into the 9th round, and 9 is half of 18. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you might have got the numbers mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Crawford was the one that was sparring 18 rounds, and Spence was around 4 or 5. It depended on when Derrick James was slapping him in the face with the mitt. That he just stopped and walked away and said, "No, I ain't dealing with that nigga no more right now. He keep on popping me in the right side of my face. He must." They didn't know that would be exactly Bo Mac's instructions. You know what I'm saying? Different side though. You know what I'm saying? He did say it's time to goddamn turn that jab into a hook. So when he was on the right side, you know what I'm saying, he was lighting up Spencer's left side. Bing bang. Turn that jab into a hook. They was talking about the best jab in boxing. Turn that jab into a hook. He too slow. He too slow. He too slow. You know what I'm saying? But please don't be slow on that like button. Please don't. Please don't be slow on the like button. Hold on for a second. Let me see. I'm trying to find another audio.
You know what I'm saying?
And hold on.
You gonna tell me that it was Victor Postol that got Bud ready for Earl, huh? He got Bud ready for Earl, dog. The same Victor Postol that lost every fucking big fight he ever fought. He couldn't beat Josh Taylor. He couldn't beat Jose Ramirez, and he just got knocked out by a fucking prospect. No. I got it. Maybe Amir Khan. Maybe his experience, and everybody up here know that shit, bro. The more experienced fighter, the bigger fighter always beats the better little fighter. If a motherfucker like motherfucking Yuriorkis Gamboa, who got one knockout in 7 fights at 135, that nigga can't hurt nothing at 135. He can't crack an egg at 135. That nigga had Terrence Bud Crawford doing a dance that ain't even came out yet. But let me guess, he gonna take that thump from Earl though. He gonna take that thump from Earl though. This man bigger. This man stronger. This man more fundamentally sound. This man got.
He more fundamentally what? Why don't you? I know you had a panel up there the other night. Why don't you regather them to the rally point, and you need to ask them who's more fundamentally sound again, because I think you shouldn't leave your audience believing falsicities and lies. Please gather them up if you can get the same people up there again, because we want to basically purge any contaminant data that they may have stored in their psychological servers. We need to purge that out and tell them to revisit the fight. Okay, so we can get some clarity.
Fight experience to get him ready for this moment, and he actually believed in himself. He ain't walk away from the table. He ain't fought nobody yet because he's trying to negotiate with your man. He ain't trying to take no tune up. Because your favorite fighter, Keith, is a fucking tune up to him. That's what you don't want the people to know. Keith really your favorite fighter. You just fucking hate that Earl ducked him. So now you're latching on to Terrence. You don't really fuck with him like that. Fuck out of here. Crawford got more power.
I can't make this up, people. It's just too much content out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to give a shout out to team Crawford and Bo Mac. Did a superb lesson teaching this guy. Superb lesson in teaching, because he taught, man. Real talk, he taught. I know I talk my shit, but I this is serious shit to me. No matter how much I make light of it. When I was sitting back watching, I want somebody to pull my audio. I said this wasn't a 50-50 fight. I said it was going to be easier than Sean Porter. I said it's not even going the distance. It's not even going past the 10th round. It's not going past the 10th round, man. This is going to be one of Bud Crawford's easiest fight. You know what I'm saying? I never thought it was a 50-50 fight, period. And so you just can't return back to the table and talk to your people and start coming up with all these freaking sympathy lines. Oh, now we want to talk about the way he looked prior to the fight. We want to talk about the way his eyes looked, the way he sounded. Well, he was talking like that way before that. We can't sit up here and talk about it. We want to listen to a fake ass doctor who never been a neurologist, but yet we have people that's consider themselves to be intelligent. They just sitting up here listening to a fraud who's never been a neurologist, never. And then somebody else come back out here and they say it was nothing that they seen, to say that they will say, oh, he had all these issues going on. Those guys was clout chasers, and they did a damn good job because these people, these individuals, the content creators, they are opportunists too. They'll take the moment to try to come up with something that they believe that's believable, and they up here talking about a doctor. Every doctor isn't the top doctor. That's why they have doctors that go down for malpractice. You know, every doctor is not an expert at what they do. But in this particular case, this particular individual took it upon himself to seize the momentum, to seize the limelight of what Vegas was putting out. He wanted to think he's going to come out here and talk about, oh, man, I wouldn't approve that. There's something's wrong with this guy. He's late in a lot of it. He want to use the Ugas fight. He want to say, if you look back at the Ugas fight, he went looking for his mouthpiece. That wasn't the first time that happened, nor did you speak about any other patients that you dealt with in boxing. How can you compare what you was talking about? So he was full of shit, but yet the YTC ran with it. They trotted on down the street into a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? They had no problem running with the narratives, y'all. But my whole point for this live stream is remind you of the individuals who was out here recklessly talking bullshit, and they call themselves people that, hey, I'm the best this, I'm the best that on here. I can do this, I can do that. But all you got to do is listen to their words. You got people up here talking about sparring 18 rounds, but yet he's still running, trying to drop weight on fight week. The man not even close. He ain't getting close to what you was talking about. They talking about Bud Cheney. Oh, he gonna make him do a dance ain't never came out before. Who was dancing? All I thought about their knockdown was Beach Street. You know what I'm saying? All I thought about was Beach Street. That's back when I was growing up. Beach Street, the king of the beats. I mean, dude, all I thought was breakdancing. Because every time I saw goddamn Arrow spinning on the mat, I said, oh man, that's a cool back spin right there. Man, wow, he almost windmill that time. That's cool right there. Dang. Wow. Centipede. Woo, haven't seen that in a minute. Every time I turned around, Crawford was landing something special. He was showing you that he was thinking in there. Especially the time he set that trap up against the ropes and had Spence coming there acting like he was about to go to the body. And he stung him real good. He stung with that uppercut, man. The timing on that was beautiful. Oh my God. But I know I'm not going to get none of that from ETB and Knockdown and, you know, all the other people that was over there talking some crazy shit to my Bud don't have power and he ain't beat nobody. How you like me now? Huh? How you like him now? How you like him now? How you like him now? How y'all like that man now? Seriously, how y'all like him now? How do you like him now? This man wasn't out to prove the naysayers wrong so much. He was just out to let y'all know that he's him. He trained too hard to sit up here and think that y'all was right about anything you said. The man trained too hard to damn think about losing. Y'all didn't give this man a chance to do shit. You didn't give his team a chance. Y'all didn't get nothing. So his team and himself had to go out here and do what they do. I thought there was no respect there. I thought he didn't listen to Bomac. I thought freaking, you know, it was absolutely no respect, and the team was in disarray. Well, the team that wasn't a team, so to speak, was Derrick James and Spence. The instructions, I mean, I can't even say they were rudimentary. I mean, I don't even consider them to be instructions. It has to be a language in there. You instructing someone. I think he was just telling him shit. It didn't make any sense during the moment. That was a very intensive moment, a very challenging moment. And those wasn't instructions. That was just him. Well, you do that right there. Make him feel you. You wasn't giving him any type of information to stop what he was experiencing from Terrence. You didn't give him anything to say, okay, what do I do against this? What did you see next round? If Terrence is getting off and he's landing this type of shots, what is his coach telling Errol to do? What is he telling him? I know. You can't answer that. I know it. I know. Real talk. It can't be answered. And Greatest Thinker, what's good? Spence Afro felt heavy, trying to get up, sweating that blood. Jimmy said at least Bomac can put a strategy in place and instruct his fighters. Not what ETB is talking about. Not with them. Knockdown 68 iPad. He didn't have nothing. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, with the $20 super chat in the building. I just threw my dumb 68 iPad out the window, the dumbest iPad ever made, for real. That generation iPad, I swear to God, be very careful there, Gumbo. Be very careful. You might download a virus hanging onto that iPad. You might download a virus, man. You don't want that shit infecting you. You might be then listen to some shit and you're just like, oh, hell no, that ain't me. Oh shit, I got this iPad over here. He tossed that bitch out the window, dog. Crack the screen first. You know what I'm saying? Crack the screen first. You know what I'm saying? When you sit MF down like that, while prices smoke volumes, to me, no need for Dr. Fauci. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ones who sent the super chat. Appreciate you there, Gumbo, for always supporting the channel. Shout out to Town Business and Entertainment. Great interview you did with Bernie the Boxer last night. Y'all be sure to check that out. You know what I'm saying? That's not his first time interviewing Bernie. But shout out to Bernie and the team. I wouldn't say getting their respect because, you got men out here that move different. Like they respect one another and they really can give a damn about the respect others give them. But if you attempt to disrespect them, then they'll let you know what you should have did initially. Why are you coming up to them acting like, you know what I'm saying, they look soft, or they was going around here looking like they was anything other than what you should have been giving them. That's what was happening to YTC. They act like these people didn't deserve respect. But they knew damn well it wasn't nothing to talk about when it came to Errol, except the shit he was doing outside the ring, and they had a gag order. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hear these dudes talking about anything except what Bud can't do. And then when the fight was made, then they came out and talking about what Errol's gonna do. Nobody believed it. They didn't even believe it, but they was talking about it as if it was gonna come to fruition. If they talked into existence, no, you're not that powerful. It wasn't gonna happen. Bud Crawford is a man now sitting on top of the world. Sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world. Yes, sir, indeed, Town. He's sitting on top of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you drop that link in the chat. If you still in here, Town, drop that link to that interview that he had with Bernie the Boxer last night. A lot of y'all might have been asleep, but be sure to check that out. Be sure to check that out. Shout out to XO Factory on deck. I see you. What's good? Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, AK Showtime, Shaw Team Tucker in the building. DJ got taken to school. He needs to work on film study. Respectfully. Hold on for a second. Man, I'm tripping. Hold on, man. Dang. I gotta go over here. I gotta go back to the nest. I knew I had that. I gotta go back to the nest because I know Blunt sent. I know I had to. Hold up. I know it's in. He had to send me. I don't know why I don't have that shit. Where is it? Where is this shit? This is what really just set everything on fire right here. Listen to this, people. This is what I wanted to let y'all hear. To caveat, you know what I'm saying, to what I said earlier about these cats not knowing. I mean, what the fuck you talking about, bro? This was the beauty part. Because Knockdown up here saying it's not even close. And he's just rambling on and talking. But listen to this. Listen to how the professor talked to the student. Not just any student. This student right here was treated like he is just a freaking exchange student.
Hot summer sale.
Ain't no more hiding. You can't hide no more, Derek.
Hide?
We'll find out who the best
Hey, man, listen. Only thing been
I
hiding
respect
is
you
Big
for
Mac.
what you've done in the game.
Cheetos.
But you ain't never went up against me or my
Listen,
staff.
that's the only thing hiding.
Now, you remember something.
What? Tell me what I gotta remember.
We've been here before.
So you say
You trying to get
no,
there.
no. You
All right?
wait.
I can tell you how it is to be undisputed.
Wait. You can tell.
You can't tell me.
Listen, you the only.
Sit back and watch this.
Wait, is Jamel told on?
Sit back and watch this. I promise you something.
Hey, listen.
I promise you something.
Hey, man, listen, man. They gotta make a new weight for you. Super heavyweight. What you talking about? We know
All that you talking don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
I can bump my guns at you. You can bump your guns
That's
at me.
right,
But at the end of the day, them two brothers got to get in the ring.
That's right.
All right, then. So shut the up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sit back and watch this. Ooh, God. Did they said got him? Did they not say that? Shout out to Shaw News. That was his clip. You can check it out in his archives located on all social media platforms. Please check that out. They are wrong for the ending. Absolutely wrong. I did not co-sign the ending when they said got him. I mean, come on now. Did you hear what Bomac told him? Y'all are not understanding how profound that was when he said no more hiding.
This moment, I knew Earl Spence was going to get beat up and his coach was incompetent.
Ain't no more hiding. You can't hide no more, Derek.
Hide?
We'll find out who the best
Hey, man, listen. Only thing been
I
hiding
respect you
is Big
for
Mac.
what you've done in the game.
Cheetos.
But you ain't never went up against me or my
Listen,
staff.
that's the only thing been hiding.
Now, you remember something.
What? Tell me what I gotta remember.
We've been here before.
So you say
You trying to get there.
No. You.
All right?
He said, we've been here before. You're trying to get there. Bro, come on, man. Come on. We've been here before. You trying to get there. And the man has an undisputed champion in his stable. And he's basically telling him you don't get credit for him because he wasn't training with you the whole camp. We've been there. You trying to get there. Profound, man. Profound. Real talk. Absolutely one of the best exchanges you will ever hear between coaches. Champion coaches, man. I gotta say, Derek, a champion coach. He does have champions in the stable. One of those champions are without right now, but he did. You know, he's a champion trainer. Right? You know, I can't deny that. But Bomac has been there once, twice, 3, 4, 5. He's been there already. And for those of you that was talking about, you know, knockdown when you was talking about how fighters are calling up to go over there and train. I wonder if their phone is ringing like that now. From my understanding, Chris Eubanks is over there at B&B. getting ready for his fight with Liam Smith. Well, I guess that wasn't true, what you just said, because you said nobody was goddamn over there, looking for B&B. I guarantee you that is a lie. I guarantee you that ain't a lie. Look, don't let Eubanks come up here and stunt on Liam Smith now. Don't let Eubanks come out here from B&B and stunt. Because you already know some other fighters over there, Keyshawn Davis. Come on now. You got some other fighters already over there too now. You got Lolo Harris over there, if he's still over there. Man, you got some other fighters. I mean, I know I've been talking, but it's some other fighters in the stable now. Come on, bro. Y'all said that nobody was looking to call up B&B Boxing when they have a team, a champion team, a team that just went up there as the main event, y'all, in Vegas. The main event in Vegas, man, is stunning on what was supposed to be the better welterweight. And they said the only reason that Crawford was coming out the favorite, people want to try to say is the inactivity, the accident. What happened to the skills, though? Y'all was bragging that this man was taking eyes and collecting ribs and taking eyes. You know what I'm saying? What happened? What happened to everything? What happened to this, yo? How and why did it play out the way it did? What happened to all this 100 punches around and 18 rounds? If he was in that type of shape and you put that bullshit out to the public, you should come back in here and explain why this man was fumbling all over the ring. And somebody said, one of my colleagues mentioned to me that Spence is somewhere in there. The Spence came back to the corner and like in the second round and said he was tired. What happened to all these 18 rounds, ETB? Huh? You was putting it out there. I know you said you couldn't stand Crawford. Well, try sitting down now and see if you support him. If you don't want to like him standing up, sit down, get relaxed. How you like him now? How you like him now? I'm just curious. How you like him now? Y'all gonna put some respect on his name, huh? All that. He's chinny. He gonna make him do a dance and ain't came out yet. I bet your dog bit you on the ankles that day when you was walking him. He said, nigga, how you was so stupid? I heard you in there. Now you making me look bad too. Bit your ass. Goddamn, bit you right in your goddamn ankles, man. Y'all was up there talking all that dumb shit while your dog was up there listening to it. How am I'm gonna get respect when we walking down the street? I got other dogs looking at me like it's crazy. Come on, man. Y'all did it to yourself. Y'all did this dumb shit to yourself, man. Respectfully. But shout out to you, Gumbo, for that donation, my brother. Appreciate you. Dragon was good. He said the jig was up. Spence, the narratives and YouTube slander wasn't what they told him. There was so much going on, bro. He didn't even realize he was talking about EJ. He didn't realize it. He was up there talking about nobody listened to their coach and all this other shit. Nigga, you was talking about EJ. People up here trying to say that EJ wasn't listening to his coach. Maybe he didn't hear anything that he felt that he can use to go out there and change the momentum of the fight. Maybe EJ was like in the fog of war, okay? Let a prior vet talk to you about the fog of war. In the fog of war, I start to put a thumbnail about that shit, the fog of war. Don't think this is going to be it, okay? I just put the resume up there. But the fog of war, Errol Spence may have made a command decision for once to say, nah, I ain't listening to freaking DJ tell me some shit like that, because if you can't see me, I'm trying to get close to him. I'm trying to land some power shots. I'm trying to work my jab. But Bomac, I heard, look, Errol Spence saying himself, I heard Bomac say he's slow as shit. He's slow as shit. He fucking slow as shit. I heard Crawford on the interview saying that slow ass jab this morning. He ain't lying. Whenever you get time. How dare Bomac do that? Bomac say whenever you get time. He gave Crawford an option, but yet KO's up here talking about, oh, he don't listen. There's no respect in the corner. Bomac said, hey, champ, whenever you get time, come over the top of his jab. Whenever you get time, just let me know. I'll tell you the minutes over here in the corner. I'll tell you the time over here. Whenever you get time. Who does that, man? Well, I'll tell you who does it. A coach that knows what he's looking at, a coach that knows how to collect data himself, being that he's not in the ring, a coach that is extremely intelligent of the sport, being a professional fighter himself, but yet has transitioned to a boxing coach, and also one that seems to watch film. Bomac seems to watch film. Watching film is imperative, isn't it? When you have Derrick James across there with cheerleaders like ETB saying, hey, he's this beast, this monster. He's sparring 18 rounds, making up shit. He's a beast. He's too strong. You get a person like Bomac that's watching film, that has more eyes to look at that film. They're studying Spence. They're taking out, they're basically assessing how one-dimensional he can be. They've heard his language say, I'm going to break him mentally, physically, spiritually. What WCS tell you? In order for a fighter to do that, they have to close distance to make contact, to break somebody. So that means you have to have consistent pressure, present pressure. You have to be present for the pressure. You have to get in the correct distance and land shots that count. You have to land those damaging blows. And he wasn't able to do that. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Hey, Gumbo said wrong. Crawford had the best jab. Ask Spence. Hey, Gumbo. Hey, man, you think, oh my God, you told him to ask Spence, man. You know, Spence saying, man, they don't have time to wait 15 minutes for him to goddamn come up with an answer. But at the rematch right before touching gloves, you got any more excuses, Errol? He should have, right? Right, Carlos? He should have pulled Antonio Tarver. He should have. He should have. He should have, bro. Everybody had something to say. Hold on. People up here leaving. People up here say, WCS, man, don't know what the fuck he talking about. I wasn't trying to be right. I was just telling you my opinion. It's not based off fact, just assessment and observations. You don't have to believe me, goddammit. I ain't trying to be at the front of the line on no YouTube shit, bro. You can't be cooking like this, W says. It ain't even dinner time yet. Man, you got to prepare. You know what I'm saying? When the table is set, you just got to put subtle appetizers on there for them to nibble. You know what I'm saying? These strays, they like nibbling. You have to nibble on that shit, and then you got them toss it over there and let that stray go get it. For real. Just give them some appetizers. You know what I'm saying? Half eating hors d'oeuvres. You know, eat half of it and then just toss it over there and let the strays fight over it. Period. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Respectfully. I would never listen to these niggas talk about in my free time. Hey, don't waste your brain cells over it, bro. That's not even all the audio. You know, they just got, oh my God, like I told you, when that person was over there talking about how Bud don't have no power and how he is no way he can survive what Spence is gonna do to him, because the TKOs he got, he ain't fought nobody. Well, if I remove this comment, ma'am, you know who you are. I'm not gonna give you no airtime because I don't want to have to put a tombstone. I don't want to have to put a headstone on you. I'm not trying to do that right now. But ma'am, you can take a look at that. How you like him now? Go ahead. I even left Julius Ndongo out. How you like him now? What about all that power? What about it? What about all those TKOs? Another love TKO. Yeah. Look at this thumbnail, ma'am. Excuse me. You were saying what again? You were saying that when you were shitting on Bud's name? What again? Take a look at that thumbnail over there now. Both of y'all. I mean, them niggas didn't want to goddamn hold y'all accountable for talking that trash. But I'll goddamn ask you, hey, take a look at that thumbnail right there. Take a look at the top. Take a look at the asterisks. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at those asterisks. You know what that means. No, we ain't talking about Barry Bonds on whether the home runs count or not. You know, performance enhancing, they're questioning his ability. No. These asterisks are different. These asterisks right here are undefeated fighters who Bud Crawford took their O that you all was saying that didn't mean shit. That's where we at with it. That's where we at with it. Period. That juke hook was busting him upside his head. Yes, sir, man. You gotta be careful saying that juke. You know what I'm saying? You just come out the blue, juke, then the motherfuckers jump. Oh, man, stop that. God damn, bro. Why you always playing, man? No, I was just explaining on live that juke. Oh, shit. God damn. Man, see that shit? Man, I'm gonna get off this live, man. I'm gonna go take a rest, man. Motherfucker playing too much, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to start having a juke good time. We need to start having a juking good time. If Bud was doing it in Vegas, we need to have a juke good time, goddammit. Knockdown got to be the dumbest out of all them niggas, man. Hey, man, you know, man. Maybe the drink wasn't right. Maybe the drink wasn't right now. Maybe he let it sit out too long. It wasn't room temperature. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that resume. Look at that. Anyway, can't touch that shit. What you talking about? He can't touch that. Look at that resume right there. He can't touch that. Was Donaire undefeated when he took that WBC fight? Get your ass up out of here. What are you talking about? I would say, Spence, how many champions did Spence beat? Was Kell Brook a champion? Yeah. Let me lose the arrow section. Was he undefeated welterweight? Yep. What about Sean Porter? He had a belt. Y'all busy up here talking about something that's irrelevant. You need to check the pound for pound list, homie. 2 times the first ever male. I know y'all was hoping. And I don't have nothing against Anui. I don't have nothing, but he ain't Crawford. He ain't Crawford. And I wish he was a weight class higher. You know what I'm saying? I wish he was closer to Crawford's weight class so they can settle this. Crawford can put those hands on the Nui and show him his levels, just like he showed Spence. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. These mean Bud, these asterisks mean Bud took their O's back to Nebraska with them. Hey, you ain't lying, Toby. You ain't lying. You are not lying. You have 8 names up there. 50% of the 8. 4 out of the 8. 50% of the 8 was undefeated fighters. Undefeated fighters with Jeff Horn having a Pacquiao on his record. Being legitimate WBO world champion. Come on, man. You got to give them the love and respect they deserve. Who resume better now? To all you aerosexuals, do the panel. Look, I can care less about how you feel coming back from Vegas. We tried to warn you. all the Crawford fans try to warn you. That's the way it was going to be, right? We try to warn you. But right now, what I would like for you all to do is just go back a little bit and explain to the people. It's like the hot washes we call in the military, the hot wash. Do a hot wash, post-fight hot wash, and explain to the people as to who has the better resume now. We need to understand who has the better resume. If it's still a debate, who has the better resume, and why did you all think Bud Crawford was this low-level opposition? I haven't heard from the business of boxing the way I wanted to. He was over there making excuses, talking about it was the hiatus and the weight. No, I need to know about this resume. Okay, per the business, I want to hear about this resume. Let me go down this resume from the past to the present. Jeff Horn, 18-0. Jose Benavidez, 27-0. Amir Khan, 33-4. Igis Kavalauskas, 21-0. Kell Brook Jr., 39-2. Sean Porter, 31-3. David Avanesian, 29-3-1. And Errol Spence, 28-0. Now, when y'all get time, I want y'all to nitpick, because there's some little pinpoints I put in there for you all to really nitpick and pay attention to it. Now, there's some subtle some blotches that I put in there, some areas to get your attention. I want y'all to pay attention to who has the better resume, and when you get time, you might want to do a debate. Hurry up to do a debate before they go to 154. I want to know who has the better resume at 147 right now. Is it Keith Thurman? Is it Errol Spence? Yordenis Ugas? Stantionis, Blair the Flair, Cody Crowley, Jerron Ennis, or Errol Spence Jr. No, he don't have any belts no more. Who's that guy? Let me see. Who's that guy? Terrence Crawford. Could it be Terrence Crawford? We need answers. We need answers right goddamn now. We need answers. Who has the better resume now? N-O-W, now. Now. Who has it now? I want to know. All this debate that was ahead of time, rub it in your face. Who has the better resume in the welterweight division? Who is considered the lower tier fighter? Who fought low-level opposition? You have to be a man about it. You have to be a man about it, bro. All of you. You have to be a man about it and admit that y'all jumped ship, but yet you coming back on here the first week after and you trying to act like, oh man, let me talk about subtle things that, you know, what happened here, what happened there. No, man, you have to talk about what you did previous to this fight. Just don't come up here and try to smooth over it and keep stepping. No, be a man, bro. Y'all need to be men about this shit. Accept that you was fucking wrong and didn't know what the man, goddamn, you didn't know about shit about boxing, what you was talking about. Take ownership of it. Let the people know that I was dead ass wrong. I was just talking shit. How difficult is it, man? Free yourself. Cleanse your heart and soul. Release from the onus that is anchored on your heart. You know you fucked up. You know you fucked up. You know you did. Y'all was just sitting up here talking all this shit, making all these jokes about Bomac's freaking size and everything, and talking about Crawford was a slave and you're gonna break him like Kunta. That's what Errol said. He's gonna break him like Kunta. The crowd laughs. Ha 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 ha. And then that beatdown happened. I told y'all, Crawford's going to remember that slave talk. And what happened? He slaughtered him. Toby said, Bud's resume is like MC Hammer said, can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. They can't touch his resume, Toby. You can't touch his resume, man. You can't touch it. Can't touch it, people. Real talk, they can't touch it. I'm still waiting for those of you that may be tuned in. I still haven't received my cash apps for those of you that still owe me money. You know what I'm saying? I put my cash app out there in case I need to put it across the screen. For those individuals that know who I'm talking about, please help them out. Let me put my cash app for those of you that want to donate to the channel, and also those who actually owe me money. Please, come on, man. Have some integrity. Be honorable and square off your debts. Come on, man. Be honorable. IB, we had a bet, didn't we? We had a bet. When are you gonna square me up on my bet, man? Where y'all at, man? For real. Yeah. I watched it this morning. Yeah, he has an interview on Hot 97. Absolutely. And he also had an interview on Fox with Rashard. And I forgot the name of their podcast or whatever. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But yeah, don't feel no type of way about WCS reminding these individuals how much shit they was talking, because real talk, I had people turn their back on me. I'm not just talking about blood. I'm talking about other people just because of how much I was talking about Crawford building up to this. And the fact that he went out there and carried out the same results that I said was going to happen. I don't need credit for that shit, right? But it's good to get credit. I'm not asking people that, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. But I said it wasn't going to be a 50-50. I said it was going to be one of the easiest fights of his career. And this absolutely was one of the easiest fights. If you look up there and you ask somebody to really know boxing, you remember they used to do them debates and they say, Spencer beat everybody on Crawford's resume. That's what they used to say. And then they said, can Bud beat everybody on Spencer's resume? And then they was like, well, we don't know that to be true because Kell Brook and Sean Porter is the top two fighters. They couldn't bring in Mikey Garcia because he had since disappeared. So what happened? God works in God's work his blessings the way he see fit. He brought in Kell Brook, destroyed him. He brought in Sean Porter, destroyed him. He finally got there and called him like Crawford said. They caught Errol Spence. We already called him. We just reeling him in. When he reeled him in and said he was going to fillet him, he filleted his ass. Now, most of the time when people be cleaning fish, it's done in a place where they can clean up and everything, out of sight, out of mind. They scale them, all that shit. Descale them, all that. They get them prepped. But this freaking filleting happened to be center stage in T-Mobile Arena. And I've seen fish get filleted, and it is some type of blood that occurs. Like it's a lot of blood loss in some of these, according to how big your catch. This catch right here, ooh, woo. You had people putting their hand over their goddamn mouth. Oh my God, shit. Oh, damn. Oh my, oh shit. God, oh, whoo. Oh, shit. Ooh, shit, God damn. Oh, shit. All you heard is people like looking at, oh my, what are we watching here? Honey, I'm glad we didn't bring the kids. This is just too graphic. My God. Real talk, that shit was graphic. Spence said he was going to break him like Conta. But the good part about that win is that Bud Crawford had Jermell Charlo ringside to see that beating too. Mel Charlo talked all the shit. Come on, that Aerosexuals. Jump on the Mel Charlo bandwagon now. Start hyping that fight up. Even though he about to get stripped of the WBO, it don't make a difference because goddamn Crawford can move up there after he loses to Canelo and fight Mel Charlo, give him his third loss. And then he can fight Tim Tszyu for the freaking unified to be third division. 3 division. The first to be 3 division. Come on, man. No man has never did that. You think it's impossible for him to then unify for Undisputed 54? No. No, it's big money. Crawford is the cash cow. Crawford right now, when it comes down to it, he still can make the cash. Canelo's still the cash cow too. I'm just saying. Crawford is the one that now can go in there negotiations after putting on a superb performance. He can go up there and negotiate just like he did with Spence. You know what I'm saying? Spence got paid. Crawford thanked him for making the fight. He showed the man love. He showed him respect. But he beat his ass, bro. Just like he beat Sean Porter ass. And Sean Porter is now coming out saying that he didn't have anything outside interferences that was bothering him when he fought Crawford. He also said he had a documentary coming out about himself. So Sean Porter, in my opinion, wasn't being absolutely truthful either. You know what I'm saying? Now he want to all of a sudden come out and say he was good. It wasn't really nothing that was bothering him. Man, that's crazy too. So put some respect on Crawford's name for the Sean Porter win and put some super duper respect on his name for the way he carried out from his corner to the ring, from the ring to the corner. The communication that they had going on in one of the biggest fights in boxing, they should be saluted and commended because they was saying that Bomac didn't know shit and Crawford don't even have no respect and don't listen to him. That turned out to be a lie. That turned out to come from somebody who don't know shit about boxing. He just listened to other people that don't know shit, and both of them take a shit at the same time. Y'all hold this shit down, man. I hope those of you that owe me money come through with that. We should do it again another day. Thanks to the ones who donated to the channel. The Cash App is right there across the screen. Salute the ones who donate and the ones who support. You know what I'm saying? The ones who show up on the notifications every time I go live. I appreciate you. Okay. I may potentially be on a little bit later. All right. You know, we do have, other fights that's taking place coming up. You know, I would like to get y'all opinion on the Carissa Shields situation and Keith Thurman. I'm very curious as to all of a sudden the sense of urgency to see a co-ed fight, whether it's going to be exhibition or not. I'm definitely trying to tap into the listeners' thought process on what they think about a co-ed fight. You know what I'm saying? Is this something that you want to see? Because it's so much other stuff that's going on right now. You know, do we really want to see that particular fight? Because it's not like it's the first time it's making its rounds. We've seen it make its rounds before. No one really touched it. Is this a good time for someone to touch it? And if it is, should they fight on somebody's undercard? Because I don't think this can be the main event. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman been out the ring for quite some time. All that. You know, and you already heard what they're doing with Jermell Charlo. Okay? But we'll do it again, man. Y'all hold this shit motherfucking down. The hottest chat in the game, man. The hottest chat in the game. Salute to y'all. I'm out.